Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, NBA All Stars invest in a $1 billion Harvard real estate project. Yeah, real estate development. Four NBA All Stars are helping fund a new Harvard University real estate development, joining more than 150 Black and Latino professionals in backing the roughly $1 billion project. Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors, Andre Iguodala of the Miami Heat, Drew Holiday of the Milwaukee Bucks, and Andre Drummond of the Los Angeles Lakers are part of an investment group putting $30 million into the Boston development. That group also includes Black and Latino lawyers, doctors, tech workers, and real estate professionals. After developer Tishman Speyer submitted a proposal to build the project, Harvard asked the New York firm if it would commit to selling 5% of the development to Black and Latino people. Tishman agreed, said Chief Executive Rob Speyer. So basically, the NBA players come together to put in put in some money to invest in a real estate development, $1 billion place. But my thing is this: why can't you put your money together to build? Why can't you put your money together to build schools that, build companies that can help young kids learn a trade, build more trade schools, feed more kids who are underprivileged? Or what about helping the adults that need places to stay and need jobs who are convicted felons? Why not open something up like that? It's like, this is my thing. You're adding on to something that is already that's built and not for us. So let me guess. This is gonna be for all your buddies and friends. So you're gonna basically help the buddy and friends, because this isn't gonna help the people who are middle class Americans working, or help blacks who are trying to get education and live in good neighborhoods. This isn't gonna help them. They're still gonna have to deal with the everyday, situation of being black in America. And this has always been the problem. This is why I don't follow athletes. This is why I don't put their feet to the fire, because they're not role models. Okay? This is why Charles Barkley is one of my favorite players of all time. And this is why, at the time I like what he says, but he also is, he does have his coonish ways. He does support a lot of the LGBT and whites more than he does blacks. And trust me, those who know, we know. Now, all I'm saying is this: you have a right as an athlete to do whatever you want with your money, but don't come trying to be a fake activist when we're getting killed in the streets, when we're being lied to about this is going to change, when the laws are not for us, and they're not. The laws are basically there to help a certain group of people. Now, to me, what do we really need? And what we really need, to me, is that money that you guys are using, we ought to use that money to create our own party, to put our own people in office in the Congress or in the House of Representatives where they will have our voice, where they could put pressure on government officials to get jobs done. We still don't have our reparations, which we are owed. But see, they're not going to do that because it would destroy the systematic racism that's going on. And now Joe Biden is talking about, oh, we're going to talk about debt forgiveness and we're going to talk about reparations. Joe Biden, stop it. Shut the hell up. You a liar, just like all your previous presidents are liars. I don't trust any president, even Obama. I didn't trust Obama. I didn't trust Clinton or any of them. I think all of them are in there for an agenda base to help themselves. So once they get out of office, they can reap benefits and reap the income from the public. Because once they're done with that, then they can get paid and use their stardom for something. Now, these NBA players, you guys are the main ones to preach woke, woke, woke. Be woke, woke, woke. I'm tired of police shootings. Well, why didn't you put any money into the neighborhoods that could help blacks, have a better living? Not only a better living, why you couldn't put them in a situation which it will help the future? See, this is the thing with black people. We're the only race who only thinks about what I can do, how I can shine, how I can stunt. We always worry about what people think about us instead of doing something to give back. We could build places that can set up blacks. Like we could, basketball players, football players can open up, can have our own place, have our own city, things like that. Have a place where blacks can be employed. Open up a business which blacks can go into where they can branch off and make their own business from there. You see, we're not doing anything productive by doing this. You're just building. We're basically just building on to what they already have, what they're already doing. Then you're talking about, well, we're going to give it, 5% to the blacks and Latinos. That's not what we need. What we need is a trade. We need places. Kwame Brown is speaking about this. You guys could have came to Kwame Brown and invested in some things he's doing, or Devin George, what he's doing. We've got to do things to help the community. And we're not doing that. This isn't helping the community. This is just investment so money can go in your pocket. And then you got doctors and lawyers involved. So I know the only people who's going to stay there is athletes, doctors, and lawyers. And they'll be mostly probably black and Latino or Latina. And this is just crap. So this has just been crap. And I'm very disappointed in the players. You're investing in a company. You're investing in a place where it's just benefiting rich folks. And this is my problem with rich folks. That's why I hope, one day I pray I'm blessed with enough money to be able to go back to where I was from and to be able to clean up the spots, to clean up certain areas and build and help those. I want to create a trade school. Like I want to do things like that, like Kwame has talked about. That all these other guys like Devin George, all of these other guys who's out here doing something. But people are too busy and thinking about status and thinking about, oh man, I'm gonna invest with this and we're gonna keep adding to the white man. It's like, dog, you just making the white man more, you just giving them more stuff to help what they already building. That's what's wrong with us. We don't do anything to help our people anymore. Now, do these guys have foundations and things like that? Of course they do, but I'm talking about the bigger issue. Why aren't these athletes putting their money together to fight for our reparations? To fight for those who are not able to get that? Why aren't these guys fighting for the laws to be changed? Why aren't they using that money to pay people to try to put pressure on the police force to retrain their people? I'm just asking. I may be wrong. Now, they may be doing these things behind closed doors. And if I'm wrong, hey, you guys can come on the page and tell me, and I will gladly make an apology video for it. But from what I've read and what I've seen, this ain't doing nothing to help or help the brothers and sisters. But I just did this because I already know what these athletes are going to do. You guys are the only ones who are following these athletes. These athletes are not our leaders. They're not our leaders. They're not our heroes. They're not. Our heroes are those who sacrifice to help us get to the next step, who sacrifice for us to see tomorrow and to have a better future for ourselves. But once those guys were gone and those women were gone, we have done nothing but stay stagnant. We have been the most stagnant race of anybody. We have been. And it's sickening. We glorify the baby mother, the baby fathers. We glorify this bullshit ass music. So this thing here, it just continues to go in a cycle where we're not doing anything to help. These athletes preach about woke. They preach about going against the gun violence, the police violence and all of this stuff. And they don't do nothing about it. All they do is talk and then do a march or do a press conference, walk away from a game. Then they're playing the game the next day. I told you guys the bubble thing was trash. What they should have done if LeBrownies was that guy, his bitch ass, his bitch ass should have said F the bubble and fought against the laws and fought for people to get their reparations. But they're not built like that. And shout out to C-Pen for the win for sending me this, man, because this is heartbreaking. Now, I'm not upset that, they're going to do this to get more money in their pocket to help their family. We're not saying that. I don't want you to come on here and be like, well, what are you doing for the community? What are you doing? I've done a lot for my community, and I've done a lot in other cities where I was at. I've moved in an area where I'm not there anymore, but when I was, I gave back, which was my time. It's not about money. It's about the time and the sacrifice that you're doing to help people. Yeah, you could donate clothes or donate type of foods and everything. That's all good and dandy, but you know what's better? If you can have a place over somebody's head to be able to put the children or the adult in a place where they're learning how to be men and women, or learning how to grow their money, how to save their money. We don't have a lot of financial advisors. Shout out to my brother Julian Riley. You know, he does taxes. He works on finances. He helps people get money. He helps people get the live their dream. He does. He does a lot to help people live their dream, which is great. And he's done it. He's still in St. Pete. He's doing his thing. And that's what we need to do. That's what these athletes need to do. They have way more money than my brother Julian. They should be doing things of that nature, teaching the future, teaching kids how to handle money, how to do a trade, how to always keep money in their pocket, but they're not doing it. And that's one thing I teach kids, like all my little brothers, all my little cousins. I tell them, go get a trade. Don't do like your Uncle Harry and just suck. I mean, just go to school and then don't have a job that'll take you. It's just fortunate I found a job that has great benefits. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to find nothing with that. We've got to start teaching engineering. We got to start teaching about this economic slavery, using this money to break that economic slavery. But see, this is what I was telling everybody, that you know what? This is why I don't put my faith in athletes. This is why I never bow to athletes. This is why I never put them on a pedestal. I just talk about they're good at this sport and that's it. But then when you're trying to be an activist, when you're trying to be those fake ass woke people, this what happens. It backfires on your ass. So all of these players, they decided we're going to invest in this company and they're going to give the 5% black and Latinos they want. So it's like, come on. Let's be for real. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys and gals. They don't give a damn about us. Stop promoting the fake and start supporting the real. These athletes don't care about nobody but themselves. It's only athletes like Kwame or others, they're doing something for people in their community. These guys, they're not doing this. But it is what it is, man. Thank you for listening. I'm out, man. Deezy.